Hey guys, I'm Sarah and I'm here with a recipe primarily for my dad because he's been requesting it. Funny thing is about this cottage pie recipe is I actually don't have a recipe. It really is one of those things that you just wing it according to what you've got or according to what your budget is. Of course, cottage pie, it's basically savoury mince with mashed potato on top. So I'm just going to show you how I make it. I've had rave reviews on it. Apparently it is super yummy. So first of all, potatoes. At the moment you can get these for about $2 a kilo. Obviously I encourage you to grow your own potatoes. Normally we do. I just haven't had any luck this year. Normally I'm so on to planting my potatoes. This year I've just been a bit slack. So yeah, that's just me. So at the moment I'm just buying the bags of potatoes when they're on special. However many you think you'll need. I probably won't include a price in this recipe because it is very variable depending on not only what you put in it, but well, how much you're making, how many people you're feeding. In this instance, my mum's not been feeling too well lately. I'm actually making enough for my parents as well as my crew. Yeah, so I'm making a pretty big portion tonight. Chop up your potatoes, put them in a pot. I have been told that boiling water in a kettle is actually cheaper than boiling it from cold in a pot. So that is an option. You can pre-boil the water in the jug, pour that into the pot over your potatoes, and then just keep it boiling on the stovetop. So you can just save a little bit on power costs doing it that way. Doesn't really matter how big you chop your potatoes, but obviously the bigger you chop them, the more it will take to cook them. And you may notice I'm leaving the skin on. Many people do not like skins on their mashed potatoes. Totally understand that. Peel the potatoes if you wish. If you do peel them, have a go at making chippies under the grill with them. That's pretty yummy. But yeah, I just don't like to waste stuff, and I also like the added nutrition of keeping the skin in there. So that's just me, that's just what I do, but you do you. Now of course, mince is another big ingredient in a cottage pie, and one of the more pricey ones. It used to be that mince of course was a cheap food, not so much anymore. Now it's sort of up around the $20 a kilo mark, depending on where you get it from. So that's why I always keep an eye out. The mince I got it's pretty nice stuff, and it was actually $10 a kilo a couple of weeks ago at our local Fresh Choice, so I pounced and bought a good few kilos. But I will show you a few ways that you can bulk it up and maybe use a bit less mince, use a few other things to supplement the mince. One thing you can do is beans. Anything like that, beans, you know, legumes, lentils. I'm actually going to put a can of lentils in there as well as the mince. Another thing you can use is rolled oats. Rolled oats actually, they do absorb a lot of moisture, so you do need to add some extra moisture in there. Throw a cheap can of baked beans in there if you want to. You know, there's a lot of things you can do to supplement mince, just to spread it out a bit. So I've just put a little bit of oil in my pan. I'm just going to start dicing up an onion. While that onion starts cooking, I'm just going to quickly zip out to the veggie patch. There we go. Got some lovely leaves. Got a combination of some starflower leaves and a bit of spinach. And also check out some of those carrots. Oh yeah, they are huge. Pretty stoked pulling them up. So yeah, obviously I'm going to give them a wash. I won't put them all in. Some are for lunch boxes. But also, I'm going to chop up some of the ends of the carrots too, because they're good for you. Yeah, once the onion's been sizzling for a wee bit, I'm going to throw the mince in, get that nice and browned off, and then I'm going to start adding the other things just to supplement it, the other veggies, all that sort of stuff. So now I'm going to go in there with a can of chopped and diced tomatoes and juice and a can of lentils. Drain the lentils, throw the whole can of the tomatoes in there with the juice. Now I'm going to start flavouring this up a bit. Of course, if you've got herbs and things growing, by all means throw some herbs in there. I think I've actually got some oregano that I might throw in, just some dried oregano. I'm also, just to up the beefiness there, because I am supplementing that mince quite a bit, I'm just going to crumble in a couple of beef stock cubes. When it comes to the moisture levels, just eyeball it. If you need to add a bit of water in, do so. I'm going to add in a bottle of beer. Now it's not something I would always do, but I happen to have some dark ale on hand because of some cooking classes that me and my daughter did a while back, and we were required some dark ale for that. I bought a 6-pack, and it's just not something that we really drink. So I've been using it in some cooking, so I'm going to add a bottle of beer in there. For anyone that doesn't know, when you put alcohol into your cooking, the alcohol actually does evaporate when it's in the cooking process. So I'm not actually giving alcohol to my kids as such. Now, of course, another thing that I mentioned, rolled oats. You want to bulk up your beef dishes a bit, add some rolled oats. It's really easy. I'm just going to chuck a handful in there to absorb some of that moisture and some of the flavours. If you're really keen to cut down the meat and keep that cost really nice and low, it's a good option. Now, of course, if it's quite liquidy, a good thing to do is just let it simmer with the lid off, let it simmer and boil down, and all those flavours will really intensify as it's doing that. But I mean, also other things you could flavour. You could put a squirt of tomato sauce in there, use some tomato paste, add another can of tomatoes, which I may or may not do. I think I did last time, but I can't remember. As I say, I don't go buy a recipe for this, I just eyeball it. But yeah, put in some Worcestershire sauce if you want to, some barbecue sauce, any other kind of herbs and spices. I almost forgot the oregano I was about to put in, but just anything, just eyeball it. Put some extra lentils in, put a can of baked beans in if you really want to bulk things out cheap. Yeah, there's all sorts you can do. I've just drained those potatoes. I'm just going to put a little blob of milk in there, a blob of milk, you know what I mean. A dollop of butter, and I'm going to totally cheat and use my blender to mash the potatoes because that's how I roll. Throw that in the oven and let it bake together for 10-15 minutes. Want to take it next level, grate some cheese on top, oh yeah. It's going to taste of whatever you put in it, whatever you flavour it with, you know the drill. But it is yummy, it is really yummy. It's just a nice, wholesome, simple or not simple depending on how you make it. It's a crowd pleaser. It's great to just, you know, one of those nice, easy one-pot dinners. So there we go. I hope that video was some help to people. Hit like, leave us a comment, hit subscribe, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.